Willkommen zu Part 3. Ja, fangen wir an, würde ich sagen. Ich hoffe, es läuft immer noch alles super wie vorher auch. Und dann gucken wir mal hier in die Erinnerung rein.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we had always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
So. Hier ist jetzt gerade nicht so viel Musik. Aber das ist nicht so schlimm. Sie kommt wieder. Hier haben wir die Nummer 3. So, gucken wir uns natürlich noch den Rest an. Hier liegen bestimmt auch noch irgendwelche Sachen drin. Also, würde ich mal sagen. Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Aber gucken schadet ja nicht. Ja, da ist sogar noch eine Erinnerung. Ja, aber die Erinnerung, die wir uns gerade angehört haben, hätten wir uns als letztes mit anhören können. Naja. Erstmal gucken wir nochmal hier an Haus. Da irgendwas ist.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it Then he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Bin mir sicher, dass ich hier garantiert irgendwelche Steinchen vergessen werde, beziehungsweise Sterne. Weil hier einfach so viel ist. Okay, vielleicht ist jetzt nicht so viel, aber ich finde es schon relativ groß. Und hier können wir vielleicht noch mal ganz gut gucken. Gehen wir dann noch mal kurz nach oben. Und schauen mal, ob noch was. Da hinten glänzt noch was. Auf dem Stein. Und da gehen wir mal hin, würde ich sagen. Das ist jetzt auch schon das Schnellste, was ich laufen kann. Was ich in den letzten Malen nicht erwähnt habe, ich spiele mit Controller. Einfach PlayStation Controller angeschlossen. Und dann geht das. So. Ich glaube, dann haben wir das hier tatsächlich auch schon. Ich dachte, das dauert ein bisschen länger. Aber anscheinend ist hier auch nicht so viel. Ich habe jetzt nicht jeden Zentimeter abgeguckt. Ich muss mal ganz kurz gucken, wie lange ich schon aufgenommen habe. 8 Minuten, okay. 8 Minuten, also 12. Okay. Ist das zusammengefallen? Ja, oder? Ich glaube, wir kommen da jetzt lang. Wir probieren es einfach mal. Ja, doch. Das ist ein Wolf. Von dem hat er ja auch erzählt. Okay, dann gehen wir mal weiter. Ich hoffe, er tut uns
Perpetrator
nichts.
stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Oh Mann. Sehr ist traurig. Na gut. Trotzdem müssen wir weiter. Hoppala. Ah, okay. Ach, Mann. Aber auch hier ist die Musik wieder sehr schön, finde ich. So eine Musik berührt mich immer. Wir müssen hier lang. Da hinten sind neue Erinnerungen. Gehen wir straight darauf zu.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Ja. Ich weiß nicht, ob er jetzt wirklich nichts mehr erzählt und sozusagen schlafen geht. Gucken wir uns hier noch weiter um. Ich weiß nicht, wie weit wir jetzt hier hochlaufen können. Aber gucken, ob hier was ist. Können wir ja. Aber es sieht nicht so aus. mal den Berg da hoch. Oder ist ja kein richtiger Berg. Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Juhu. Ja.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like? You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
Ja. Man muss auch mal die Inseln angucken. Können es ja nochmal schnell die Inseln angucken. Wenn wir bis dahin kommen. Dann schauen wir uns danach im nächsten Part das nächste Kapitel an. Beziehungsweise das nächste. Das ist die kaputte Scheune, von der sie jetzt erzählt hat. Und das Fahrrad, was sie bekommen hat. Das hier ist eine sehr unschöne Insel, könnt ihr euch wahrscheinlich auch denken. Die letzte bzw. erste Insel. Ich war da gerade vielleicht doch ein bisschen zu schnell. Könnt ihr euch das noch mal kurz angucken? Kraniche. Ich kann auch Kraniche basteln. Aber gut. Dann würde ich sagen, war's das wieder für heute. Dann kommt der Teil da vorne im nächsten Part. Ich hoffe, ihr freut euch drauf und euch gefällt es immer noch. Und ja, wir sehen uns. Tschüss.